Hey fellow fanatics, DJ Bricks here, back for another video, and today I have a review on a LEGO Harry Potter 2022 set. It is the Hogwarts Hospital Wing, is set number 76398, recommended for ages 8 and up, comes with 510 pieces, and retails here in America for about $50 US. Comes with 4 figures. Is our second rendition of the rebooted Harry Potter line of the Hospital Wing and the Clock Tower, but it is more retrofitted into that new modular style that they have set up last year. So without further ado, let's get into it, start deconstructing it and seeing how it stacks up, starting as always with the minifigures. Minifigures, we're going to start off with Harry Potter himself, of course. He comes with that standard Harry Potter one piece in dark brown here. Hair is the same as various previous young Harrys, so is that face. It is nicely done, but it is more of the mature one to correspond with Prisoner of Azkaban. It's not like the ones that we see for Chamber of Secrets, and that is fine with me. He is a little bit older. He does come with the tan mid-sized legs, corresponding with previous Prisoner of Azkaban Harry's, but the torso is where this figure is new. You got all these dirt smudges and scuff marks corresponding with how Harry looked at the end of Prisoner of Azkaban here. So you got this nice torso print on the back, various dirt splotches and beaten up marks. You got some scuffing on the jacket there. Interestingly enough, they actually included the blood stain on his inner shirt. That's what that is in the movie. He gets like cut or something underneath his shirt there, so that is a pretty interesting detail to include for LEGO. I wasn't expecting that, but it is welcome and very accurate to what we see in the movie. Second up is Hermione. She does, talking about her accessories first, she does come with a new 1x1 tile printed with a time turner there, and it sits on a gold stud just so you can see the part better. Let me get a better look at that, and it's not focusing. There we go. So you can see a nice print for that time turner piece. I think the gold stud underneath is just to represent like the chain wrapped up around, and her other hand is pretty much bandaged up with that piece we've seen many times before since it was introduced in, I think, a Friends set a while back, but her hand is bandaged just like the movie. It is not white in the movie, it's tan, but I'll cut LEGO a little slack there. She also does come with her wand piece in a dark tan, but she cannot hold it if she's holding these other two accessories. But going over the actual figure, she's got the dark regular blue color for her legs, her mid-sized legs, and then her hair is that Wonder Woman consistent with the other Hermione's we get for this time frame of the movies. Same Karina Smith head that we've seen before, but her torso, like Harry's, is also dirtied and scruffed up a bit from previous releases, and the time turner is not on the torso anymore, just because the accessory is in her hand. And then there's the back torso printing with some more scuff marks and overall dirtied up torso. Going into Ron, comes with a wand, comes with a short lightsaber blade piece for a walking stick. His legs are interestingly two colors, one for representing the cast that got put on his leg there following the climax of the movie. His torso is very different from previous sets where he has an overshort over this for the end of the movie, but that gets taken off. You have a nice red shirt underneath, and it is dirtied up and nicely scruffed up. His hair and his head remain unchanged from previous Prisoner of Azkaban, older versions of Ron, so that is pretty nice. And then last but not least, we finally get a minifigure of Madame Pumphrey, the school nurse. Going over accessory, she comes with one piece, like Hermione. It's in dark tan there. Her skirt printing is not new. It's actually reused from the New Hope version of Princess Leia there. But she does have a new torso, and that is very nicely printed. And she even comes with a nice exclusive new hair mold that is dual molded, so the gray of the hair and the white of the headdress is two separate pieces of plastic, which is very nicely molded, and that is new. I appreciate them making a new mold for her, and her face is also new. It is also dual-sided, so you can recreate some nice scenes with her. This more expression that I got exposed here is kind of more like what did you expect, pumpkin juice, when she's giving Harry the Skele-Gro. So very nicely done figure. Even with the reuse of the skirt printing, that actually works in its favor, since it's so nondescript of what it actually was used from. So very nice. And then before you get into the side build of the set, you do get two random wizarding cards in the set carried over from last year. It is the same exact assortment. And they are completely random as to what you will get in the set. So in my copy, I did unfortunately get two of the Ollivander wizarding card. So that is also something to watch out for, is you can get multiples of the same character. They are that randomly packed in the set, so a little unfortunate there, but that is a good thing that they put a bunch in the other sets, including this year. You also get an owl in this set. It is that version that got introduced in 2020 with the spread out wings, but this is molded in a sand blue color and has a really nice print for not only the feathers, but those eyes that are printed on it are also really nicely done. So you can pose this wherever you want on the model. So going over the 4 sub-assemblies that aren't really attached definitively to anything in the build, and you can pretty much put them wherever you want. You get this basic chair, which is just the standard layer chair piece with a 2x2 round plate underneath it, just to put on anything. You do have this curtain, courtesy privacy curtain. It is built up with a handful of pieces. You get 2 stickers right there on each tile, making that up. But because it's on this flat surface, you really can't attach it to the studs on this thing. So it does sit there very nicely, but again, no studs on the set. You can use it as a certain thing, and we'll get into that in a bit. You do get this trunk here with the newer style lid, and then on top of it, you do have a lantern build with a handful of pieces, and then you get this brand new print for 2022, which just shows Bertie Bott's Every Flavor Beans, and that is a nice inclusion considering certain scenes within the hospital wing from the different movies. That is a nice inclusion. And then last up, you get this medical card for Madame Pumphrey, which is a nice little build. I don't like that it doesn't have wheels or anything on it, but maybe it's a hovering cart and it'll hover along, but they really should have included a trans clear stud underneath for that if that was the case. But you do have a nice assortment of things on here. You have different potions made up with a bunch of different pieces, some jewels and stuff. You do have that chocolate bar piece reused here, which is really nice. And then the best thing about this is this Skill Grow bottle. Both of these are prints, and this top head with a skull is actually the infant minifigure head. It's just placed on a stamp piece, as you can see. So it's literally the baby head just printed with a skull. So that is reusable if you want to get a little morbid with your Lego play. But that is pretty nice there, and that is a nice print, nice accessory to get in this hospital wings. So taking a look at the main build of the set, pretty much for the exterior, for the hospital wing here, we just get the topmost part of the clock tower part of the building of Hogwarts. So you get a row of windows here, and you get the main clock of that building up top. Talking about the build here, it was pretty straightforward, very repetitive though, especially with these windows and all the multiple builds in this thing that make it up, and pretty symmetrical build inside and out. So you build the 3 beds at the same time, you build the windows. It's a pretty fun build, but a little bit repetitive. Very nicely designed. They do use a nice array of colors of the tan here with some of the nougat color highlighting it, and keeping consistent with newer style of Hogwarts modulars that they introduced last year. We get sand green roofs again. So you get a lot of accents here. I do like these builds here for the little things at the windows here. You get some nice shaping here, a nice little curve for the holding up the clock there. The clock is a print on the inside of a dish. It is reused from the previous clock tower set that they came out with, I believe, 2019. And then the smaller clock is just a reused print that's been around for a while. I believe Disney Castle is the one that introduced that piece. Then you up top at the topmost spire, you have a nice little semblance of a window up there, but it is completely a facade. It's just there for front looks. And then you got a couple of towers here pointed off. They do use that drill bit, so they got a nice little texture to it. You got some nice roof shaping, here as well. But getting into the features, you do have some candles here on either side, but getting into this, you can remove this piece here, which does connect, and it's consistent with the other modulars of this series, so you can get your hands better in there, and I appreciate that. But another feature of this hospital wing, you can see they're on hinges, so you can fold it out, and if you have this connected to other of the series here, you can actually get some nice shaping and some nice curves in your Hogwarts display. So, and as you can see, because of the hinges, only goes out about some nice candles here on either side, but starting to go into the features here, you can take this piece off, consistent with the other sets in the Harry Potter line that share this same style. You can remove it just to get better access for fingers, which I really appreciate. And you get some nice hinge to get a nice angle for your Hogwarts display. I know most people would complain about that because it was just a linear buildings on top of buildings in a straight line. So this does get you a nice curve here, and it does only hinge out that far to get that curve there. You do have Technic pins on either side to connect it to other sets. That has pins, that side has receivings. You have some nice desks, if I didn't point that out before, some nice lamps, nice little build for a vase. Each of the beds, you can sit a figure. They do have a couple of studs at the bottom here, so you can lay a figure there. You have this removable checklist that doesn't want to come. There we go. It didn't want to come off. Here you have a nice little checklist for your patients. You can move it on whatever bed you want. That is a sticker, so you can put it on whatever bed you want. That technically is a play feature, and you can use all three beds. The other major play feature of the set is up here, where you can pose Hermione and Harry up here using the time turner feature, going back in time. So how this works is you go up here, this middle spire is attached to a whole bunch of gears all down along here to attach to the hands on the clock there. So just spinning it either way will turn the hands of the clock however fast you want to turn it. So you can turn it either way, and that is a very nice feature, and it gives the illusion of going back in time or time traveling. So that is a pretty cool feature. That was in the previous clock tower set, but I am glad to see that it made a return here. And the other thing to talk about is modules of this set. I already showed you that you can take that off and move this around, but the other things that can be removed here, both the roofs can come out, and you can put them together if you want to create a complete roof. And also the clock tower itself is a separate module that can be removed, and it does have connector holes on either side, so you can actually put this however you want, which is really cool. And you can put this like so. I really appreciate these creative modulars. that they pretty much allow you to make whatever Hogwarts setup that you want. So that is pretty nice. One thing to note though, this is a longer style building, so if you have a smaller part of another Hogwarts build, take for example, I have the Hogwarts dormitory promo here, so this will only cover about that much of the clock tower build, so you need one more piece right here, so it's about double the size of a regular module. Wrapping this review up, pretty much I like most of what is here. Again, there is empty space right here, but I don't know what else you could put there behind the clock tower. It's just empty space, just house the play feature. You have the clock, but I don't know what else you could put there, so that doesn't really bother me as unused space. Again, the repetitiveness of the build, it's a little samey, but to be expected. I do overall like the design of this thing, and it is pretty nicely done. Again, nice to get the clock tower after it's been so soon after the other one retired, but this is a nice addition to the modulars. And the extra pieces are pretty standard for this set. A lot of smattering of studs, tiles, some of the gems that are used for the potions. Get extras of the wands. You get an extra one of the two brown colors. You don't get an extra of the tan because both Madame Pumphrey and Hermione use it. You do get an extra of the time turner piece, which is really nice. An extra wand, short bar piece, extra flower. So taking a look at the instructions, you have that old style that's now defunct of just the box art in the front. You got that kind of badly cropped QR code, which is just off a center a little bit. You can see on my instructions the cut for the front cover wasn't done particularly well. You can see the pages underneath. Those pages do go over the building app for the QR code. You have this little thing showing that proper building is doing one bag at a time. And then it just shows you that the build is split into 4 different bags for the entire build here. And the build itself does take about 74 pages of building in total. You have a cross cell for the spring wave of Harry Potter sets. You have a collection sheet for the wizarding cards that are carried over from last year. And then you have a little blurb about showing this set connecting with the previous year's build and swap feature of these sets. Parts inventory, back thing is the win product feedback with a generic minifigure sporting it. So taking a look at the box, a big standard $50 size box for here. You got that typical aesthetic we see for the Harry Potter line of the trio in the corner. All grown up, Wizarding World logo, theme logo, set specs on the side, little parchment showing the figures, nice product shot of the set. It is a little confusing with the moon and the daylight on one side, but I get that they're trying to show that you can do the whole time travel thing with they're trying to show that off, so kind of works. Top of the box, you just have You just have the figures with Ma'am Pumphrey sporting the actual size reference. And then on the back of the box, you have different shots of the set, some of the play features, some of the play scenarios. You have the collectible wizard card little call out there in the corner. Again, kind of wish that that was on the front of the box to promote that, but I get why it's on the back. They don't want to really encourage people to mass buy these. So going over into my final thoughts, build wise, little repetition in the build to be expected though. You got how the actual design is, kind of warranted that. The beds are very nicely designed. I really like how the clock tower was built. You got a nice play feature with the actual clock tower of turning back the hands of time there. Some of the sub builds I have issues with. The privacy curtain, that's only really useful if you have the thing hinged out. If you have it all closed up, that thing does not stay on top of the studs. So I would have liked to have seen a better design for the bottom of that. And other thing, the cart, I really wish that they either put wheels on that or like a hover thing, rounded tile at the bottom, so you would at least think that it would roll or something, or just use magic. But I do not like that either. Everything else was pretty fine. Minifigure selection. You get all these battle damaged, I guess you would call them, versions of the main trio, which I never thought we would ever get, especially Harry with the little blood stain on the inner shirt. I never thought that would happen, so that is pretty good. Quality wise, only real complaint I have is the box art. It's the front of the box here is not really clear with the moon and the break of dawn there, that it's actually time traveling. Like the design for that is actually kind of weak in my opinion. It's not bad, it's just not very clear. And $50 for this. Looking at the amount of stuff here, you get our first Madam Pumphrey, which is very welcome. Forgot to bring that up in the minifigure section. Very welcome that we finally got that character in a Lego figure. Play value is definitely here. The bulk of stuff is about what I would expect for $50. You definitely get what you pay for here. Very well worth the money for any Harry Potter fan. It is a very welcome addition to that Hogwarts display. If you want to pick it up, highly recommend it. That being said, this set does get an 8.5 out of 10 for me. So overall, again, very recommend it. Let me know in the comments below what you think about it. I always look forward to having a discourse with you guys. Please be respectful in the comments and all that. Don't forget to subscribe, ring that bell, like the comment, share, all that jazz. Helps the channel grow. And I will see you in the next video. Until next time, brick on.